Today we're replacing the display assembly for a MacBook Pro 2020, and at the same time we'll reproduce some common issues, such as the screen not lighting up or turning off properly when opening and closing the lid after replacement. Finally, we'll show you the exact steps to fixing these issues. First, remove the bottom cover from the laptop. There are only 8 screws holding down the back cover, but they are different, so it's important to keep track of them. Next, we'll disconnect the battery. This is a very important step, so don't miss the flex cable and the little screw. Then we'll disconnect and remove the Wi-Fi antenna screws and the hinge screws. There are a bunch of different screws in this array, so definitely keep track of where they go. Then we can take off the screen cable brackets and disconnect the 3 ribbon cables and the 2 to 3 coax cables for the antennas. We can take out the display hinge screws so that we can finally remove the top screen. We'll lift the screen out at about a 90-degree angle, and then you can slide the display out from inside the frame. Disconnect the display cables, make sure they don't get caught on anything, and then you can pull them away. Here you can see on the side is where we have the Hall sensor. To run an experiment, let's connect a mismatched Hall sensor chip. The Hall sensor controls the screen's sleep and wake behavior via the magnetic sensing mechanism. Now let's install the new display onto the frame. And again, we're going to lift it at about a 90-degree angle to make it easier for installation. We can put back a couple of the hinge screws. And once everything's aligned, we can tighten it down. We'll reconnect the display cables, the Wi-Fi module, and all the other components. And we'll connect up the Hall sensor so we can run a test. After reconnecting using the battery screw and the little BMS flex. After booting up, we can observe the screen when operating or closing the lid. You can see we have issues where it's blacking out at random spots. It's not behaving correctly, and the screen won't light up or sleep properly even when fully closed. Now let's proceed with the repair. Open the system settings on the Mac. Click on Software Update. Wait for the system to update to the latest Mac OS 26. After updating, it will prompt for Repair Assistant, which calibrates the hardware components. Click Update Configuration. Once the update completes, you can go back to the system and test it again. Now the display turns off and on normally when closing and opening the lid. However, in some cases the issue may still persist. So let's talk about what you can do. There is a small magnet near the hinge area by the hall sensor. Like the Samsung fold and flip phones, we can use another magnet to go against the magnet on the hinge to see if it works properly. If not, we can use a hex screwdriver, the proper size, to slightly adjust the screw, finding and improving the magnetic contact sensitivity. Slight adjustments may need to be made several times in order to get this to work. And if it still fails, you can replace the hall sensor cable with a new sensor cable, and these types of issues can be repaired with the previous steps. And of course, the repair principle for the hall sensor is the same across all of the models. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you in the next video.